Welcome back to Real Estate 101. Today we're going to continue our discussion on home staging and talk about staging commercial properties, and I'm pleased to be joined once again by Michelle Finnamore of Michelle Finnamore Interiors. Michelle, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay, Michelle, so I work with business owners as well as consumers. What kind of service do you provide for commercial properties?
We supply the same kind of services that you would for a home, but it is done on a commercial basis. In other words, we're bringing in furniture, we bring in large pieces of artwork. Typically, it's much larger pieces of artwork because of the scale of the properties and the buildings. And we recently did one for a large building products company, and we actually brought in enough furniture and artwork to do 3 lobbies, and they had international buyers coming in to see their new product line, and they really wanted to make a good impression on those buyers, so they actually hired us to come in and do that for them.
Okay, so what exactly did you do there at their location?
We went first to see the location because you do actually have to take a lot of measurements. The furniture is actually a little bit larger scale than what you would put into a home because the spaces are so much larger, and measure up for the artwork and see what types of props and accessories, even down to the magazines and books that you might need, because if it's a building product company, you want to have your magazines reflecting something to do with building and construction. It might be different types of exterior products like windows, things like that. So you really want to make sure that your staging accessories relay to whatever the business is that they are in.
Okay, so how long does it normally take to do something like this?
Normally it takes about 3 days after our initial consultation. We have to source all the rental furniture, nail down the delivery times, and then we also have to make sure it's conducive to the company's time schedule, and also for when we're allowed to be in there and actually setting things up. We were very fortunate with the last company. We were allowed to do it during daytime hours, but sometimes it takes place in the evening or on a weekend, and you have to be prepared to accommodate those hours and those requests.
Okay, so what other types of staging do you provide business owners?
We also do product photo shoots in that they'll have a product that they're doing a new marketing campaign for, and they'll want you to bring in furniture, props, accessories, again, artwork, that would really show their product well in their marketing material. We recently had a wood flooring company, and we actually wanted to bring in a little bit more eclectic furniture, a little bit more furniture that looks designer like rather than regular furniture, because they're trying to compete on the European market, and there people are a little bit more adventurous, so you have to use the type of furniture and artwork that draws the eye in to that marketing piece, so they'll actually look at the floor. And that's what we did. We actually brought in wonderful replicas of furniture from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and that really created the look that they were going for in their marketing campaign.
So I would imagine that, you know, based on the scale that you're talking about, there's a lot of pre-planning that goes into this.
Absolutely. It's the pre-planning that makes the process so much easier. When you have everything ready to go, your day is so much easier. You have to actually know, particularly in a photo shoot, exactly what you're going to put into each shot. So that means with that wood flooring company, they actually wanted 12 different rooms done. So over the course of 3 days, they would pull up each floor, actually 2 or 3 times a day, and then repaint the walls very quickly, and we would then move in the furniture that was for that particular shot, hang the artwork, hang draperies, bring in props, accessories, and then work with the photographer to get the right angles on the shots, move things around from here to there. So we're basically an assistant to the photographer that day as well. And so the more you have in order, the better and easier it is, particularly that one, because the company was out in the country. It wasn't like we could just pop to a store and pick up something quickly. You had to make sure you had absolutely everything and a few extra things just in case.
Okay, so what if I have a business owner that's a client and he buys a new property or leases a new premises? What can you do for them?
Well, the biggest thing we can do is take all the worry about creating that new look for the new place out of their hands. Their job is to run their business, and they have to start thinking about how they're moving that business to the new premises. So what they call us in for is to pick the finishes for the flooring, the countertops, desks, chairs, any lobby furniture they might need, artwork, anything to show their new location well. They're probably going to have a big launch when they open those new doors to that new premises, and we want to make sure that when their customers come in that they actually get a very good idea of what the company is about and how professional they are, and that's the type of thing that we do by picking all those finishes.
Okay, Michelle, so what types of businesses do you normally provide staging for?
It's really a split. Sometimes it's retail and sometimes it is more of an industrial type setting. If it's retail, they're actually looking for maybe marketing materials, a new brand, rebranding of their company. I work with a company that actually provides all those services, so they don't have to go finding people and interviewing them. We really cut to the chase and give them 2 companies to deal with, and they actually will do all that type of work for them at a reasonable cost. And particularly if they're a startup company, I have one particular company I recommend because they're usually on a very tight budget. So this all goes hand in hand with what we're doing to stage their property when they want to attract those new customers. If it's an industrial building, they still have to have marketing material. So I work with professional photographers and I do make those recommendations so that their marketing material has the most effect when they actually do launch a new product.
Okay, Michelle, any last tips for business owners that are looking to stage their property?
Yes, this is a huge process that you're embarking on, so we rather that you call us ahead of time, not leave it to the last minute, but we can do it in 3 days' notice. We're ready when you are.
All right, Michelle, good stuff. Thanks for coming on today's show, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again next month.
Thank you for inviting me, Joe. We're ready to go when your clients are.
So there you have it. If you're about to stage a commercial property, get in contact with Michelle Finnamore, the go-to girl of home staging. Join us next month when we're going to talk about staging for home builders. I'm your host, Joe Terceira. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.